Unit 6, Lesson 3, Irrigation. Vocabulary. Advantage, advantage. Drainage, drainage. Huge, huge. Volatile, volatile. Extraction equipment, extraction equipment. Contain, contain. Amount, amount. Moisture, moisture. Convert, convert. Manufacture, manufacture. Brew, brew. Roast, roast. Artificial, artificial. Aroma, aroma. Purchase, purchase. Irrigation. All crops need water to grow. In many areas, natural rainfall does not provide enough water, so irrigation is used to water the fields artificially. With irrigation, it is possible to use much more land to increase the amount of food that the land can produce. Irrigation has been used for thousands of years. The Egyptians were irrigating land around the Nile River 7,000 years ago. The Chinese have been using irrigation for more than 4,000 years. Since 1800, the amount of irrigated land in the world has increased from about 8 million hectares to about 222 million hectares. Today, China and India have more land with irrigation system than any other countries to feed their huge populations. Irrigation can also cause problems, however. Rainwater does not contain any salt, but all irrigation water contains some. Over the years, the amount of salt in the soil slowly increases, and this damages the crops. Irrigated land needs to have good drainage so that the salt can be washed out of the soil. 1. The pollution in our rivers must be cleaned up. 2. This form has to be signed by your advisor before they will allow you to take this class. 3. The graduation ceremony might be held outside. 4. Mina mustn't be told about our surprise. A. The manufacture of instant coffee begins with brewing coffee in highly efficient extraction equipment. Coffee beans must be roasted at temperatures above 300 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius to drive the moisture out. Beans destined for use in instant products are roasted in the same way as beans destined for home brewing. After a filtering step, the brewed coffee is treated in one of several ways to increase its concentration. During the several steps of the manufacturing process, volatile aromatic elements are lost. They must be returned in a later step to produce an attractive instant coffee product. For instance, gases released during the roast. Aromatic oils can be expressed from spent coffee grounds. To preserve as much of the aroma and flavor as possible, oxygen is removed from the coffee extract. Spray drying or freeze drying is available for converting the liquid coffee extract to a dry form. Volatile aromas that have been recovered from early steps in the manufacturing process are sprayed on the dry coffee particles. Instant coffee particles must be packaged under low humidity conditions in a moisture-proof container to keep the product dry until it is purchased and opened by the consumers. B. Mount Everest is believed to be the highest mountain in the world. It was climbed for the first time in 1953, and since then, thousands of people have stood on the summit. But the mountain today isn't as untouched as it once was. It is visited by more expeditions every year. The climbers bring large amounts of food and equipment, and tons of rubbish are left behind. Recently, a campaign has been started to clean up Everest, because if the situation doesn't change, the rubbish will become a serious problem. 1. When the wheat has been harvested, it is taken to the flour mills. 2. When the flour is mixed with milk, it is made into bread. 4. When the potatoes are peeled by us, they are cooked. 5. When the apples are picked, they are sold. 6. When the bread is sliced, it is buttered. 1. Trees are cut down. 2. They are taken to the paper mill. 3. The bark is removed. 4. The wood is broken into small chips. 5. The chips are mixed with water. 6. The mixture is made into a pulp. 7. Chemicals and dyes are added to the mixture. 8. The pulp is pressed by rollers to remove the water. 9. The paper is sent to factories, newspaper offices, etc. A. 1. The first paper was made in China. 2. It was invented nearly 2,000 years ago. 3. The methods for making paper were brought to Europe by the Arabs in the 8th century. 4. Paper was not used for many things because it was expensive. 5. Until the 19th century, old clothes were used to make the pulp. B. 1. Since the 19th century, wood has been used for making the pulp. 2. Many different products have been developed. 3. A lot of pollution has been caused by bleaching paper to make it white. 4. Many lakes and rivers have been destroyed by pollution from paper mills. 5. Since the 1980s, more and more paper has been recycled.